Okay, now that we're dialing in our mindset, you're understanding your niche, you know how to put together a valuable offer, okay, you're going to be well on your way. But I just want to touch on pricing, okay, because a lot of you are going to be coming into this thinking, yes, I want to just sell websites for $5,000 or £5,000. And honestly, you probably could, as long as you believe in yourself and have the confidence to ask for that amount of money, the chances are you will make that happen. But you need to make sure that the value is there. Over the past 3 years, I've gone from struggling freelancer, barely being able to give away £500 websites, to now comfortably being able to sell £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 websites with only a few small changes. And now I'm comfortably making 6 figures without even having to really work all that much harder. Now, don't get me wrong, it's been a challenge, but over the next 5 videos, I'm going to share with you how I went from struggling freelancer to successful web designer. So if you're looking to make yourself a success within the web design industry, you can take this blueprint and implement it into your own business. I am going to be releasing these over the next few weeks as a series, but today's lesson is focusing on your launchpad. The things that you need to implement right at the beginning to give you the foundation and the best possible chance of succeeding now and later down the line. And then later on in the series, we're going to be working on things like how to acquire clients without cold outreach, the perfect sales process, and how you can actually physically onboard a customer. So you're going to get everything. You're going to get everything that you need in order to make your business a success. So let's go. So first things first, we need to work on that mindset. You need to fix your mind. Okay, this would be the main thing that holds you back and stops you from reaching your goals and your potential. Trust me, I've been there. One of my biggest battles within business was with myself. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through a few things here to hopefully get you in the right mindset. First of all, I want you to understand that businesses need you. Businesses need what it is that you're offering. So if you are in a position where you feel like that you're a commodity or that there are loads of other people doing what you're doing, there's lots of people doing this because businesses need it. Business owners need web design professionals because they can't do everything themselves. Next, I want you to believe that you are the expert. Many of you will be dealing with imposter syndrome, believing that you're not good enough, waiting to be found out. Okay, I've been there myself, and so have many of the other students I help coach in the Agency Alchemist program. The one thing that helped me in the beginning of believing that I was good enough, you only have to be a little bit smarter than the person you were talking to be the expert in that conversation. Now, you know your craft. The business owner that you're talking to knows their business. You need to bring these two things together. You are an expert in your field and you can help them with the thing that you are good at, aka web design. Okay, so when you start understanding that, you will know and start to believe that you are the expert. Okay, next I want you to understand that businesses will pay large money for their problems to be solved. Okay, this is really important because if you're struggling to charge higher prices, it's probably because you don't believe that, one, you're worth that much, and two, businesses won't pay that money. Trust me, they will. If you are going after the right type of customers and you're solving their problems, they will pay good money for their problems to be solved so they can sleep better at night. Next, I want you to understand that if you're looking to make more money, just by offering more services isn't going to bring you in more money. In fact, it's probably going to do the opposite. It's going to stress you out. Now, what I recommend you do is get good at one thing first before you even start to consider offering other services. Within my own agency, I started off with web design only. Okay, that was my background. Only later down the line, once I nailed that process and built up a good reputation as a web designer, we then started to implement SEO as an additional service, but only once our web design process was dialed in. If you don't have a web design process dialed in and you're looking to add other services in an attempt to acquire or attract more customers and make more money, you're just going to fall over because you don't have the systems or processes or experience in place for that to be a success. So make sure that you are starting with one thing, be an expert in that one thing. Okay, next, you don't need to be perfect. All right. Now, more often than not, I see people being stuck at this hurdle of trying to perfect their niche, trying to perfect their pricing, trying to perfect their website, their portfolio. Okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. What I say is get started and perfect along the way. Okay. Learn, increment, improve. But if you don't do that, if you don't adopt that improvement mindset, okay, you're never going to start because the fear of you not being good enough or not being perfect it is going to stop you. Okay, so you need to make sure that you just forget any sort of perfection that you're looking for. Put it out there, put your service out there, put your website out there, and improve later down the line. Learn and then improve. But if you don't make that first step and put anything out there, you're never going to have the opportunity to learn, improve, or even move forward. So you don't need to be perfect. And then finally, I want you to know what it is that you're building. Are you building yourself a job, a business, or an exit? because depending on what the answer to that question is, will depend on how your whole business operates. Now, I heard this question in a podcast and it stuck with me because what I thought I was building, aka a business, I was actually building myself a job. Okay, and do you know what? That's absolutely fine. If you build yourself a job and you enjoy working in the business with your customers, servicing them, building their websites, that is absolutely fine. You can make a lot of money in this industry building yourself a job. But if you want to build yourself a business where you can remove yourself, that's a very, very different process. You need to build yourself a team. You need to build yourself operating procedures. But if you don't want to do all of that, if you want to be stuck in, then building yourself a lifestyle job is fine. So ask yourself that question: what is it that you're building? Okay, now that we've covered mindset, let's have a look at what it is that you're going to be offering. What can you offer within your web design business? So the first option you have is bespoke websites or custom projects. These typically sell for around £5,000 and the delivery is between 4 to 8 weeks. Now, within a bespoke project, these are typically around 10 pages, custom designed and custom built. The process includes a consultation, proposal, a strategy session, design, maybe creating the content, and then building. And it's completely bespoke to the business. And this type of service is often for established businesses that have been around for at least 2 years. Something else that you can offer within your web design business is templates. Now, you can often sell these for around £750 and you can deliver them from 1 week. I say 1 to 4 weeks here. Now, this could be a 5-page smaller website based off of a template. This template could be purchased from the likes of Theme Forest and customized by you, or you can have your own set of pre-made templates that you just issue to a customer. You then change the branding, the colors, the text, the images for that customer to make it feel like their own. Now, the types of businesses that need templates are smaller businesses, usually in the startup phase, 0 to 2 years. Okay, and within your business, you could offer both a bespoke solution and a template solution, so you can work with those two types of businesses, larger businesses and smaller businesses. Next, we've got retainers or day rates. Now, retainers are often things like a web design subscription. This could be where they pay you monthly to lease the website for you, or they pay over a series of months, say 24 months, and once that term is ended, they then own the website and they can take it away and do what they wish. It could also be a regular set fee for your consulting services, or it could be a fixed monthly fee for ad hoc design or development amends to their own website. Okay, and you can offer this as a day rate as well. Now, if it's a day rate, you could charge £500 a day. If it's a retainer, you can charge £1, 2, 3, 4, £5,000 depending on the amount of time and work that is needed. And this is offered monthly or daily. And then finally, the next thing that you can offer within your web design business is consulting. You can charge £100 to £500 hourly depending on how experienced you are and where you are in your journey. And this is often a one-off session where you are helping a business with their web design problems. It could be things like strategy, auditing the site, working on their accessibility, improving their SEO, improving their content, or improving the overall performance of the site. Okay, there's plenty of other things that you could do as well. Now, who is this for? Typically anyone. Okay, so these services, you can offer one, or you could even work to offer all of them within your business. I would certainly recommend offering just one when you are getting started and really nail that process, nail that service offering. And then once you've nailed that, you could then work to implement others. Also, really think about you as a person and the type of person you are as to how you want to be operating and how you want to be working. For example, within my business, I really wanted to increase the amount of retainer clients that we had. And so I worked hard to try and build that up. But what I didn't realize was this was actually quite labor intensive, working with these customers on a regular basis. And if you just want to get stuck in and do the work, you don't want to be communicating or jumping on calls, answering emails, jumping on group Zoom calls every couple of days or every week, maybe that process isn't right for you. Like, I felt it wasn't right for me. So just bear that in mind. Depending on who you are and what it is that you want to be doing will depend on what type of service that you offer. But all I say is pick one, trial it, see how you get on, perfect it, and then build out more. Next, we've got niching. Okay, I want to show you how you can choose your niche, or more importantly, how can you stand out in today's market? And let's try and find a niche as well that you enjoy, because it's really important for you to enjoy what you are doing. In my opinion, there's two ways that you can niche. Okay, first of all, we've got niching by industry, and next we've got niching by platform. Now, niching by industry, I'd say if you have experience within an industry because you've been employed within a certain sector and now you're looking to offer web design as a service because you've changed your business model, choose that niche because you're going to be an expert in that. You're going to find it much easier to communicate with your potential customers and all of your clients. Okay, you will have that common ground. Only if you enjoy the niche though. Okay, remember, it's got to be fun. So if you enjoy that industry and you have experience in it, it's a no-brainer to go after that. But if you are new, if you are just getting started and you don't know what industry to choose, what I typically say is choose 3. Okay, you can start pretty broad. You don't have to choose one and marry it and stick with it from day one. I say choose 3. Just make sure that the industries that you choose have money, because they need to be able to afford your services. Make sure that they have volume. And by this, I mean, make sure that there's enough businesses that exist within that industry. Because if you are so niche, you're going to exhaust that pool far quicker than a more common industry. The balance here is trying to be able to fish in a lake with no other fishermen, but still making sure that there are fish in the lake for you to catch. Okay, that's my point here. And you want to make sure it's fun. Okay, it has to be fun and enjoyable for you. There's no point working with an industry that you're not interested in or passionate about, even if they do have money, because you have to enjoy what it is that you're doing. They are the 3 things I recommend that you look for when you are choosing these niches. Then start off with 3, work with those types of businesses, and over time you'll start to see whether you like them and see whether you get results for any of them. Because it might be that you enjoy all of them and you generate good results for one and you decide that that's what you're going to focus more on and focus more of your attention on down the line. So keep it as broad as you can for the industry. Now, the other way that you can niche is by choosing a specific platform. This could be by choosing the likes of Webflow or Wix or Squarespace or WordPress. And the tool that I use in my agency, we specialize in WordPress and Elementor. Okay, that's the only thing that we offer, and that's kind of our niche in that respect. But if you want to go as far to niche with a specific industry and a specific platform, already you're going to be much more unique than those offering anything to anyone. Now that you've got your niche sorted, the next thing that you can do in order to stand out is create an irresistible offer. We want to take what we've discussed already, our mindset and our niche, and with those 2 things alone, you can do pretty well. But we want to really take this to the next step and attract our dream customer. And we can do this using our irresistible offer and the value equation. Now, the value equation is something that was created by a guy called Alex Hormozy, and he wrote the $100 million offers book. Chances are you've heard of him. If you haven't, I recommend that you go and check it out. But basically what he's saying is dream outcome multiplied by the perceived likelihood of achievement over time delay times effort and sacrifice. That is the value, and you want to be building as much value within your business as you possibly can. So you might be looking at this and thinking, what? How does this actually relate to me within web design? Okay, so let's have a look. So first of all, dream outcome. Okay, what does this look like within web design? Now, ultimately, this might change depending on who it is that you're working with, but typically a business, they want leads, they want inquiries. Okay, so their dream outcome is to increase the amount of leads and inquiries that they are getting. So we need to increase their dream outcome of leads or inquiries. Maybe they want to sell more, so work towards increasing that. Maybe they want to attract investors. Maybe they want to increase their credibility. Whatever it is that your type of business that you work with wants to achieve, you need to make sure that that is what you are offering. Okay? People don't care about features, they care about the results. They care about the outcomes. Okay, so if you can really work on delivering them their dream outcome, you're going to be a hell of a lot more valuable than those that are just offering them a standard web design. Now, on top of that, you want to take their dream outcome and multiply that by the likelihood of achievement. Okay, you want to make them believe that they are able to achieve the outcome that you are offering. So if they do want more leads, they need to be convinced that you are the one that's going to give them more leads. And the ways that you can do this is by testimonials from previous clients that you've got results for. It could be case studies on your website. It could be Google reviews from previous customers. And it could be as simple as including brands on your website from businesses that you've worked with in the past. The more that you can do this, you're going to increase the likelihood of achievement that that customer is going to get their dream outcome. Okay, so hopefully that's making sense. Underneath, you want to decrease these things. You want to decrease the time delay. You want to give them their dream outcome in the shortest amount of time possible. They don't want to be waiting ages and ages and ages for it. So the ways that you can do this is by having a repeatable process. Now, if you've decided that you are focusing on an individual industry and you're delivering them one service, maybe templated websites, for example, that's a really repeatable process. So you need to have that repeatable process. You can do this by templates. You can do this by having systems implemented into your business that's kind of easy to replicate, copy and paste style systems. And automation is going to be your friend. If you can automate repeatable processes and things that you find yourself doing over and over, and you don't need to do that anymore because you've automated it, okay, it's going to allow you to speed up your workflow and deliver something much quicker. Times that by effort and sacrifice. So you want to decrease the amount of effort or sacrifice that the customer has to give. If something's going to be effort for them, or they feel like they're going to have to sacrifice a lot, they're not going to want to do it. So you need to reduce that. And the way that you can do that is by having a really fast and easy onboarding process. And later on in the training, in the series of these videos, we're going to be covering this. We're going to be covering onboarding. So you're going to learn more about that and how you can make that efficient within your business. You could offer a fully done for you option. They have that initial consultation call with you. They sign up, and everything else is taken care of for them. Okay, you've done it for them. They don't need to worry about anything. That includes content, okay? Just removing as much friction as possible. You being an expert in the industry is going to help as well, because they don't need to teach you things. They don't need to teach you the lingo. You already understand it, okay? So they don't have to put any extra effort in there. And as I've said already, you just want to make sure that there's little to no friction. So all of these things, if you can nail these, you can really add value as a web designer to your ideal customer. Okay, now that we're dialing in our mindset, you're understanding your niche, you know how to put together a valuable offer, okay, you're going to be well on your way. But I just want to touch on pricing, okay, because a lot of you are going to be coming into this thinking, yes, I want to just sell websites for $5,000 or £5,000. And honestly, you probably could, as long as you believe in yourself and have the confidence to ask for that amount of money, the chances are you will make that happen. But you need to make sure that the value is there. And once all of these things are flowing, you're going to be able to price that. You're going to be able to price that £5,000, if not more. But if you aren't quite there yet, you're just getting started, you should maybe look to price yourself a little bit lower. And I know that goes against what a lot of other people say, that you should be pricing high, okay? But I believe that you should be pricing what you're worth right now, the level of value that you're able to bring right now. If you haven't got experience with customers and you haven't got them results, if you haven't built a professional website before, you're not going to be able to charge that large sum of money because you just don't have the experience. And that's okay. You know, I wasn't always in the position where I could price £3,000, £4,000, £5,000, £6,000 for a website. It's only been after a couple of years where I've built that experience. I've dialed in my processes. I've improved my own skill set. I've improved the value in my offering that I've been able to up my prices. So the more customers that you work with, the more results that you are able to get for them, over time, you can start to increase your pricing. However, if you're at a pricing point which you don't want to be at, you want to maybe be at a higher pricing point and you have the demand. If people are buying your service, then you're probably pricing too cheap, so up the price. But I'll leave it to you to consider what prices you should charge. If you up your price and your demand drops, then you may want to consider dropping your price again slightly. But this will all come down to how you articulate your offer and your value to your niche and the amount that you believe in yourself, which will depend on how much you can price. Appreciate things don't happen overnight, okay? This video isn't here to say, yes, you're going to be able to charge £5,000 from today, okay? This is a launch pad. This is to get you started on your journey to being able to increase your prices to reach that £5,000, that £6,000, £10,000 project. So be patient. If you are looking to fast track your progress, then you can look at some mentorship, you can look at some coaching. If mentorship and coaching is interesting to you, there is a link down in the bio to my own coaching program, but there's absolutely no pressure. You're going to learn a lot from these videos in this series. So hopefully you found that valuable and it's given you a real kind of benchmark and foundation to get started or re-establish the existing business that you have. It's given you hopefully a couple of things to think about around niching and providing an irresistible offer as well as pricing. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how you can generate customers to your business without having to do any cold outreach. So if you found it valuable, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. There's an end screen coming up now with more videos for you to go and check out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.